It has been 7 days now since I first washed up on the shore of this strange island. I still can't fully remember what happened, because the last thing I can remember was a loud sound like the sound of a bomb. And then the alarm went up and people started screaming. They kept screaming, "The ship is going down! The ship is going down!" After that, everything kind of faded away, and I woke up here on this tropical place. I can still remember everything my first day. The cold wind and all the strange creatures, seagulls singing, waves hitting the sand. Like, my first thought was, so this is heaven? Ah, how wrong I was. This place is so far from heaven, you could almost believe it to be hell. I tell you, it's like, it's so horrible. After some hours, I I actually managed to get up and I made a plan because I didn't know if I would ever be found. It's like there's no mention of this place anywhere, right? And I kind of knew I had to live here for maybe the rest of my life. But it don't mean I at least can have a good life, does it? So most of my first day, I actually spent looking for a nice place to build a shelter. Well, maybe a shelter that even could make it the most wonderful place. At least that was the plan. But something happened that I didn't expect to happen. See, as I was looking for a place to build, I found that this island to be inhabited by some strange people, maybe even local tribes. But I could see some other buildings. Some people have been building here. Not really well built buildings, just some simple buildings like maybe some Indians or I don't know, some old people. Maybe there even older people stranded. And that night though, it was so cold. It was so long, and I hadn't found anywhere to live or build. I just had a place to lie, freezing, dreaming about the ship going down, and the screams. The screams keep going through my head. The ship is going down. It kept happening, all over and over again. On my second day, I had found the perfect place to build my shelter. It was nothing big or fancy, but it was a place I could call home for now. I found a rather nice and old tree close to the sea. Not too close though. Wouldn't want the tide to come and rip my house apart. I went around on this new little place. I even called it a small island of its own, gathering rock and branches, because I knew the task would be too difficult to work with my bare hands. I took the rock and the branches, and I tied them together using fiber. I made my first pickaxe, and with this pickaxe I was able to start cutting down some trees. I could even crush bigger rocks into smaller ones. It didn't take long and I was able to start placing these new branches and rocks and everything I got from the trees, and I made the first part of my shelter. And that night though, it was cold, just like the first night. I wonder if the nights are ever going to be warm or he's just gonna be cold every time. But I slept under my foundation to keep safe from the predator on the island, because I saw a few, I'm not sure what to call them actually, but they started killing these other dinosaurs, if that's what they are. And I just don't want that to happen, so I slept under my foundation. And the third day, nothing really happened or their diary. I kept taking down more trees and gathering berries to eat, but I did almost complete the foundation that day. But that day, my fourth day, that's when everything went to pieces. That's when he came, the Sky Rider. As usually I was out gathering resources as I used my last resources on the walls of the shelter. And that's when I did see him. What a magnificent bird he was on. If you look away from what to call it? If you look away from what they made the bird carry, as I was not sure if the Sky Rider was a friendly person, I chose to keep a close eye on him. But their diary, it didn't take long before he left. So I went to check out the place he had landed, and that's when I realized the Skyward is indeed a dangerous person. He had wounded a man, and the man was barely alive when I got to him. He was he was bleeding out. Oh dear diary, I don't know what I should do about the Skyrider. He knows where I live. But that night also though, I was afraid he would come looking for me, so I choose to sleep somewhere else. I slept under a tree. Oh dear diary. But on the fifth day though, I could not see any signs of the Skyrider, and I was running low on food. So I went out looking for some, and I found some really delicious bird. It kinda tastes like normal chicken from back home. Is that some thought? Back home, away from all of this. I was back and waiting for the bird to properly cook. A bird come. Not the same bird as before, a different one. A much smaller one. It grabbed me and it flew me up in the air. And I thought for a few moments my life was over. But for some reason I do not know. Maybe it was God, or just damn sheer luck. But the bird dropped me, not far from the ground. So I was able to run. Oh, their diarrhea, I run. I run off, and I didn't get caught that day. Even though the bird really tried. Like, it tried to catch me so many times. And I'm pretty sure it was a Skyrider. But I didn't look so close there, diary, as I was running away. And yesterday, I managed to finish the walls on my shelter. And I only have the roof left now. I actually managed to do kinda a little bit there, diary. Oh, diary, I'm so tired. And today, oh dear diary, today the Skyrider has been doing everything he can to try to grab me. So I use most of my time staying inside and off in this room that I just finished. And dear diary, I'm actually sitting here right now writing to you, dear diary. And I don't know if I will survive or what will happen next. All I know is that I have you here, and hopefully you will keep my secret safe.